have not done a thrift store purchase in a long time, and that's not because I haven't gone to the thrift stores, it's because I haven't found anything worth buying. I think a lot more people are frequenting those places, and I have not found a nice china mug in months, so pretty hard to find good things. But yeah, a little while back, and I just have stashed them, I didn't do anything with them yet, I have found some more of these old mason jars, and I've always said that I refuse to pay more than $1, $1.50 a piece. I think I've paid as much as $2, but you find these things in antique shops and they want $10 a piece for them, and I don't buy them for their antique value, I buy them for their mason jar value. And yes, you can still get the rubber gasket for them. So, amazingly enough, I found a set. There were 6 for $4.99, and then I saw some more, and then there were some extras where there was no price at all, and so I asked the lady to price them out for me, and she decided to give them to me for $3.99 for these, which is $1 a piece, which I'm not unhappy with. And I had double checked all the lids and rings, and believe it or not, these ones actually came with gaskets. Now these gaskets are old and broken and should be thrown in the garbage, but I know where to get gaskets. And all of these are beautiful, no chips. All of them have the glass lids, except for one. But I do have extra glass lids. So yeah, these, and the fact that they were stored with their rubber has just kept them in great shape. So at this point, I'm just going to wash them all. Oh, and probably put a fresh rubber on them and stash them away until I'm ready to use them. Now I can get the rubber gaskets at Canadian Tire for very little. Cost me, I think, less than $2 to get rubber gaskets for all of these. So I'm not unhappy with this purchase at all. It's actually one of the better ones. Like every one of them I checked and they were all in perfect shape. You know, that's the thing, you're always going to find some that have chips or something wrong with them. But these are all in beautiful shape, so I was happy to pick them up at a decent price. Now they don't all have rubber gaskets, but most of them do. There, you see. But yeah, I would not use those, they're ancient. And that one seems to want to stay put. I'm going to have to force it off. Anyway, all these need a good wash right now. So, well, that's it for my thrift store purchase. It's been a long time coming, but this one was well worth the money. Well, here I am at the entrance to my garden, and my beets seem to be doing quite well. And my cauliflower seems to be doing okay as well. And that whole little area is interspersed with dill, and I allow it to do that. And along the fence there, I've also grown some beans. So this is a pretty packed little garden, but as you can see, I still seem to have something that has been chewing away at my beet plants. And today I dug up this spinach bed because it all bolted. It was way too hot. So I did put in some sweet potato slips. I don't know if they'll grow in time. And my potatoes are doing well. This is 2 rows of potatoes, and they're growing quite nicely, as you can see. And along the fence line here, I planted some Indian corn or ornamental corn. I don't know what you would call it. But it is not, it's the colored corn. And here is another row of potatoes. So the first bed had 2 rows of potatoes, and this is another one. And along this fence, I've planted some more raspberry plants. They're very tiny. And here I have the chamomile. And this is supposed to be my pole bean trellis, but it would appear as though the bunnies have been having a field day with my plants. Yeah, gnawing at them. And, well, hopefully they'll still continue to grow. And my cabbage is mostly doing okay. One or two of them have gotten chewed up a bit, but otherwise they are doing well. And here is my garlic wok, and looks like I forgot to cut one of the scapes off. I thought I had them all, missed one, but I don't have my cutters with me, so that's going to have to wait till the next time I come here. And my oregano seems to be doing very awesome. Now that it's flowered, I'll give it a little bit more time, and then I will be cutting it and hanging it to dry. And here is the celery that I grew from seed and planted. I don't know if it'll come up in time. And there's a horseradish bed. One of them is starting to come up. I did cut all the leaves off and just planted the root, so hopefully that'll come up. And of course now this is my tomato field, and I have over 100 tomato plants here. And they're still quite small, but this is Ontario, and I only planted them about 3 weeks ago at this point. The ones at the far end are the largest. They were the first to get planted. Okay, and here I am walking towards the back end, and I don't want to get too close to the water because I am watering the plants and I have a camera in my hand. So. Okay, and here is the raspberry patch that I planted last year, and it's doing extremely well. This spring I found that something, I suspect it was bunnies, had eaten them right down to the ground, and I didn't think they'd come back at all, but here they are. They're beautiful, and they're actually even producing berries, which is a bit of a surprise to me as well. Okay, and these plants at the back are the first ones, and they're doing very well. And I do not cage my plants. I tie them to a stake. Now I do focus on allowing the plants to grow upwards, and I take out the bottom leaves and some of the side shoots so that they can focus on producing fruit. And here you'll notice that I have a fresh plant, and what I've done is taken a side shoot and just stuck it in the ground where some animal has decided that I shouldn't plant there, and they've destroyed about 5 of my plants, and I've just replanted with side shoots. And tomatoes seem to be a very resilient plant. I just stuck that in the ground, and they're doing okay. Okay, and my rhubarb plant is doing fairly well. Unfortunately, we did have a bit of a dry spell, and I wasn't coming out often enough to water everything. But I'm just trying to let this establish itself, but perhaps I'll take a few stalks, and that might help it along as well. So, and well, this is my tomato field, and it's coming along quite nicely. Considering it's only been a few weeks, we're doing okay, and I'm quite happy with the results. And as you can see, we are starting to get some first fruits and lots of flowers, so I'm not unhappy with the state of my garden.